Hello everybody, Scooby here. Welcome to Tokyo Ghoul How to Beat Survival. This is an achievement that you can get. It doesn't matter which one you do, but since most people do this one rather than train station, which is much easier, I'm going to show you how to do this. Also, I'm going to show how to get the train station up real quick, but if you want to keep doing this map, you can. Just the build I'm using more HP rather than having the special move 50. Open wide is the last skill you're gonna have to unlock. This is its unique skill. It does add 30 negative defense, but we're gonna be countering that with a temp boost, which means that when we use our ultimate, we're gonna have an increase of defense and attack. Good thing about this is that Quinks, you don't have to farm for ghoul stuff, it's already there. As for our team, we're using Amon because he's a tank, and also he'll use his second ultimate, which knocks back enemies in a linear line. Juzo for bind attacks, and he'll also use his Scythe for area control for his ultimate, and Yuri for his basically for his counter attack. That's what we will be using for him. He also has a really good ultimate where he jumps up and slams his Kagune down into the ground, knocking back enemies. This is very useful. I recommend using this team as well. Right, from the beginning, you want to avoid shooting these electric boxes when your team members are nearby. I was mainly, if I remember correctly, using range attacks to knock out the mini ones, but I recommend taking out the mini ghouls that are Ukas, and also get rid of this fella right here, because he's just going to bind you when you don't want to. The reason I say the mini ghouls that have Ukas is because they can keep shooting you. If you're trying to revive someone, like one of your CPU members, it's gonna knock you back eventually. You're gonna get the knockback. So I recommend getting rid of these. Now, for those wondering, I want to implement my school online. How do I do that? Well, you're gonna have to host a lobby and hope someone joins, which is a bit of a problem as well. Also, I just used my ultimate here because there's a bunch of enemies, so I'm just covering for my teammates. And also, another thing, don't follow up attack on any enemies until they're like about to die. So that's gonna help you defeat them more quickly. When they're in a follow-up state, they take more damage. You want to save your ultimate for this CaC when one of your players or CPU partners get knocked down. And here's a representation of what I was talking about with Amon's ultimates. Now, basically it's just pretty simple. Just try to keep yourself alive and then try to fight CPUs that are coming at your team. The hardest thing I will say you're gonna struggle with is healing, because they like to move a lot. They like to go to your last position. It's like Freddy in Security Breach. He likes to go to your last position even though your last position was not there. So it can be a bit difficult to heal them, especially when there's enemies nearby. So hopefully that you're getting through this real quickly, but I'm not done here yet. We still have to deal with Eto. Now Eto is going to be coming up in 5, when the timer says 5 minutes, since, also, before I go into Eto, whenever you get a Tokyo Ghoul character, like Nishiki, when their HP hits to 50, keep your distance, especially just for a few seconds. They're going to use an ultimate, and depending on how low your HP is, or the character, you may be one shot, especially if your CaC doesn't have a lot of defense or HP. Also another reason that's difficult to get a revive. So right here I'm hoping that one of them is going to come up and revive them for my ultimate from the I forgot what it's called. Kagune? No. Anyways, I hope that kills them, which luckily it did. Now for Eto, it's going to be a bit difficult because she appears in 5 minutes, and not only does she appear, I believe a special spawn or a high-ranking CPU joins along with mini ghouls that come in and just ruin your time. Now, if you don't have this build, I'm going to be trying to make a Tokyo Ghoul character run. I'm going to be using the same characters. I just need to figure out who's going to be. I say for when you do that, instead of like when everyone gets down, just go in an awakening state. Awakening? Going on the character, not so much for CVC of this build, because it's focused on ultimates. When you awaken, your stats are increased. Movement speed, defense, attack. I think attack speed. yeah, attack speed as well are enhanced, and you don't get staggered. However, you can still die in the state. It's not like you're in a rampage. Now we got only 1 minute and 10 seconds before Eto appears. So far, Amon is a bit low on health. Let's see if I can try to patch right one up. No, I gotta use out instead. Luckily for you, these CPUs always spawn with 5 medkits regardless if you're playing with people or by yourself, and here comes the pain of Eto. Now I got lucky on this run that I got CRC gas. CRC gas is the only thing that will drop in this run. I'll have to look into it to see if it actually works. I believe it does to stop them from using their abilities. It's like skill trees and SAO, and also use her ultimates. Nearby 50. This is what you want to do if it gets rid of all of them. Now, swing about a bunch of CRC gas in hopes that maybe it would at least stop the Eto or maybe the hiring Ghoul from attacking. Now, when one gets down, and also got lucky here with Amon throwing an ultimate, you have basically 1 minute to get them up. If they get down, and that timer runs out, it's game over no matter how far you got. But since we're past 5-minute marker, we got lucky out of that, and bad example of attacking here, ignore that. Since we got past Eto, the round's gonna be a bit more easier unless we get Centipede. Centipede! Now, for those of you who face Centipede, aka I've sensed death nearby, this one's a bit easier in my opinion. He isn't that aggressive. Or it's just me. But Centipede, his attack style is rather noticeable. It's usually a 3-square attack, which is his Minaku, 3 attack, where he uplifts you, a 2-square attack, dash, which can stagger you, but you can also backflip if you're playing certain characters. If you don't know what characters I'm talking about, go back to my Tokyo Ghoul tips for beginners. It's nearby the end of the video where I would talk about it. When he does the dash attack, he'll follow up with the circle, which jumps in the air. That's the way you can backstep or backflip certain characters. Does not apply to your Tokyo Ghoul investigators / queens at all, for some reason. And also, since the offline version you don't get to upload your high score, you don't have to worry about getting the most kills, but at least try to get an SSS string or the triple S for materials. You can get stuff. Also, the red orb and blue orbs are a considerable rare drop, so if you get one, save it. Especially when it comes down to timer. And one last thing before I go ahead and let the video play out is that, let's say one of your teammates get down in the next, like the last 50 seconds. You don't revive them, because the timer goes off of 1 minute. Unless somehow all of your teammates go down and then you're low on HP and you're about to go down, then yeah, that's gonna be bad, because if you all go down, you're just gonna die. But anyways, 2000, hope you enjoyed this guide. Hopefully you found it useful in getting that achievement. Or if you want to just try to the train station, oh jeez, here's Centipede. Well, if you want to do train station, that's fine. I consider train station much easier than this round, because it doesn't involve a boss. Not this one, Eto, I mean. Anyways, 2000, I'll be seeing you in the next guide, or video, or live stream. Bye bye!
どうも。僕がよ。